Hi Esther, it's Megan, it's Monday, and I thought it would be a good idea to show you my books. You know how people do like um, a bookshelf like collection and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm going to show you my book collection from my bookshelf. Yeah, let's get to it. So, this is my bookshelf. You were there when I got it at the thrift store. I had started recording twice, actually, and I just did not like the way they were both recorded, so I decided to re-record them. We're going to start with the books down here. Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. I got it for school, and it is actually a really, really great book. Whoever hasn't read this during their school year, you should definitely go out and buy this. It's only $8 for this big of a book, and for just like paperback, it's pretty good. Ray, it's just a comic book from a person I read online. Thought I'd pay for it. It was really cute. I have the first one. I don't remember where I put it though. Got textbooks. My book for business. This Unforgettable Woman of the Century. We were there when I got it at thrift store. I also have this, The Complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. It is a very, very large book. It has, if you look at it from right here, it looks like it's gold, but actually it's just normal paper. But the edges have gold on them. It's really big. It has a little bookmark too. I can't remember how much it was, but I did get it at Barnes & Noble. Babysitter 2, Babysitter, and the other two over there, I think. Nope, they're right here. Babysitter 3 and 4. All the Babysitter books from R.L. Stine. I didn't really read them yet. They're supposed to be scary and mysterious and all that stuff, but I just haven't read them yet. But I'm excited to. Then Goodnight Kiss and Goodnight Kiss 2, about vampires. Teenage vampires, of course. Better than Twilight, better than most vampire books, because it's actually scary. It's not actually just like, oh, are you gonna make me into a vampire? Nope. Just happens. Pretty much that's it. The Dead Lifeguard, which is a good book. My books are really out of shape. See, like, look. That tear right there. I don't even know how it happened. It just happened. I carried these a lot when I was in the, on planes going to Chicago. The Fear Street Saga, The Burning. I forgot what the other two books were first called, but there's 3 of these. I used to have 1 and 2, probably somewhere in my house, but I'm not sure where. So where is it? Fear Street, The Betrayal, The Secret, and then The Burning. And I only have The Burning, and I don't remember what happened in the beginning, but I know that one of them's a vampire, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. Can't remember, but it's pretty good book so far that I've read. The Beach House. Can't remember what happened in this. I know that there's a bunch of water everywhere, but that's pretty much it. Broken Date. I have Of Mice and Men, the one with Lenny and George. If you haven't read this, I do recommend reading it. It is actually a really good book. It is strong languaged and strong in general, but it's a really good book. Then I have this book. It doesn't have a cover on it, but it's Lone Survivor. There's a movie on it. I've already watched the movie. It was actually pretty good. I can't remember exactly what it's about, but I know it's about the war and about a person surviving the war. Obviously, the lone survivor, so you know all of his friends are gonna die. in it. Spoiler alert. But it's pretty good. Sweet 16. This is gonna be a long video. Sweet 16. First, I have like 3 of these. Yeah, the other ones are up there. Another R.L. Stein. Can't you see I love R.L. Stein? Ta-da. I have Echoes. I haven't read this book yet, but I'm going to. I'll let you know how it is. It's supposed to be, it looks like it's going to be sad. Probably going to be sad at some point. This one I haven't read. I was going to read in like 8th grade or 7th grade, but I never ended up reading it. I might read it, I might not, I might just sell it, but you never know. Then I have these ones, BFG, Way Cool Spanish, phrase book. Let's find something to say. Tramposo or tramposa. Yeah. Then Lord of the Flies. Great book. I really like it. I would read this over again if I had the time. I got it for school, but I did enjoy it. Then The Hatchet. I read this like forever ago. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. You should read it. It's about a guy who gets in a plane crash in the middle of nowhere. Him and the pilot are the only people on the plane, and the pilot dies. He has a heart attack, and then that's how they crash into, I think it's a lake on some random island or continent or whatever, and he has to survive there. And you obviously know he might make a hatchet. Then up here I have All American Girl. Really old book. Loved this book when I was a kid. I used to read it all the time. It's even really wet because I think I dropped it in the pool once on accident, but it's really good. Yeah. Then I have this series. It's by Catherine Applegate. I really like this series because even though it was kind of just like weird and odd, and it was still good. And I liked how at the end of every chapter, mostly, there was, let me get to it, there was writing, and whoever it was had a different kind of writing. This one would be Claire, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Claire. She had the really fancy writing, and then Uncle Tungsten. I just picked this up when they were giving out books at the library. Pretty okay. Mockingjay. I have this, and then I have Catching Fire in the back over there, next to my bed, so I can read it before I go to bed. Then I have this series. It's the marked series, the House of Night novels, about vampires as well. This came out, I think, around the same time as Twilight, but this didn't get as much of hype as Twilight. Okay, so sorry, I think my camera just turned off, but I have this series, Fearless 1 and 3, but I used to have 2, but I can't find it anymore. I have this one, Clueless, library. They didn't want it anymore. Decided to get it, why not? I have The Hobbit, which I have to read. I haven't read it yet. It's a really big book. Well, it's not gigantic, but it's kind of big. This book, which has no cover, which is pretty bad because it's my friend's book. It's called The Wheel of Time. There's a bunch of these books. It's really old. Well, not really old, but this is the first book of it, and I still haven't read it yet. My friend gave it to me forever ago, and yeah. The Life of Pi, which is a book that became a movie about the kid who is stuck on the boat and has a tiger on it. The Miles Between, that book I told you about, by Mary E. Pearson. She's really sweet. I met her. And yeah. The Skin I'm In, Haven't read this yet. Thought it would be a good book to read. It was from my cousin, I'm pretty sure. So I might read it at some point. The Secret Garden. See, I told you I had the exact same copy of that. Like the actual picture on that puzzle we did. A book about Glee. Has the guy who died, which is really sad. But it's a novel about them. So you can, like, see the characters on there. And then Aragorn. Book about a dragon. Really old. I should read this at some point. I tried reading it, never got to finishing it. Walk Two Moons. Haven't read this yet. Going to read it. Sounds really good. It won a 1995 Newbery Medal. Sunday Girl. Haven't read this yet. It's my mom's book. I borrowed it and I never read it, but I'm going to read it at some point. 2 books of the series Unfortunate Events, Book 4 and Book 10. I have not read the series. Probably going to read the series at some point. I've seen the movie. This book, So Dear to My Heart, I got it at the thrift store. It's really old, smells delicious because it's an old book. Well, not delicious, but you know what I mean. It smells really nice. This book is 1947. Nice. Then, When Cambia Elaine Flew In From Neptune. Don't know what kind of book it's about. I got it from the library as well. Word of Honor. This book I have not read yet. Sounds really good. It's more of a sci-fi book. Zeely. Haven't read this yet. It talks about the woman with darker skin that's really tall. Okay, we're getting there. True Ghost Stories of Haunted Animals. This Lullaby, which I actually really want to read. It seems really sweet, really cute. It seems really sweet and really cute. The Science of Breaking Up, I guess it's about breaking up, but it looks cute anyway. City of Bones, my friend's book. Haven't returned it to her. She doesn't live in this city anymore, so I need to give it back to her at some point. It's that one book that became a movie, like all other books become movies. I haven't read it yet. Heard there was like incest in it. Doesn't sound that very interesting to me, but I might read it. I have Stephen King, Just After Sunset. Haven't read this yet. I heard it's like multiple stories. Yeah, I think it's just one story, but I thought it was multiple stories. Really excited. I love Stephen King. He's a great author. Just really excited to read that. Then I have The Help, my mom's book. Saw the movie, wanted to read the book, haven't read it yet. I hope it's good. I hope it's as good as the movie, or probably going to be better because books are usually better than movies. Then I have Pendragon, a really old book that I used to see in my house all the time. My brother used to read these. I used to see these all the time. It's really old. It's like almost as old as like Holes. Do you remember that book? Holes. 2003. So it wasn't that old, but I was only like 8. So it's old to me. 6th grade ideas, thinking about things, blah, all that stuff. Did you know that? Surprising but true facts about history, science, art, inventions, origins, and more. So this is more of a fact book that just tells you a bunch of different things, like parachute came before the airplane, and like there's no German silver. The Oscar is inexpensive. It costs, the real value of an Oscar is $300 instead of like how much they're selling it for, like $7,000. I have 3 Harry Potter books. I don't want to take them out right now, but I have year 5, 6, and 7, so the last 3 books. I've only read this one. I need to get on to reading this one and this one, but I have read most of this one, but I haven't read the whole thing. Then I have The Swan Thieves. I saw this at Costco, decided to want to get it. My parents bought it, of course, but I thought it would be a good book to read. The Host by Stephanie Meyer. I haven't seen the movie. I got to reading this book. I was at least 200 pages in, and then my friend was like, can I borrow it? So I let her borrow it, and then I never finished it. Berlin, 1961, which is a book about, obviously, the Cold War between Russia and the United States. It says right here, Kennedy, Khrushchev, and the most dangerous place on earth. Yeah, it talked about the Berlin Wall, all that kind of stuff. I still need to read it. It has a map inside it too, which is really, really interesting, but I haven't read it yet. I have 2 Lauren Conrad books, Style and Beauty. I like these books. I haven't read them all. I haven't read any of my books at all, but I haven't read through these yet. I got these for my birthday. You were there too. And then I have my little Barbie in the Nutcracker, because I absolutely love Barbie, even though I am 19 years old. Well, thank you for watching the video. I hope you found any of the books interesting. If you have read any of the books that I've talked about, leave it down below and just tell me if you liked them, if you didn't like them, because I haven't read most of the books, so maybe you can tell me like a little review about them. And I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.
If we made more than that and worked longer shifts for a longer time, it would be more. If we paid more for phone bill,